Hey everybody, are you guys ready?
Hi there, this is Nicholas Casamia, and I'm here with the director of The Punk Singer, Cindy Anderson.
We were all trying to make feminist work. Like, it was just totally impossible for me to keep it out. I'd read Toby's fanzine, and she was talking about feminism and punk rock in the same sentence.
Toby was like, do you know how to play bass? No. Do you want to start a band with me? Toby was like, I think we should ask this girl Kathleen to be the singer.
Kathleen Hanna is an unabashed feminist, hardcore feminist.
Yeah.
Because she was really important in this third generation, right?
Third wave, yeah.
Third wave of feminism.
Absolutely. Something that she's always done is brought these feminist ideas that you would maybe not know about unless you went to university and brought them into popular culture. And it's kind of hard to have a really great time sometimes when you're talking about really serious issues. Some of the issues that are within feminism and some of just, you know, sexism and abuse and rape. And, you know, how can you really take this and make it energized and have people also having a good time, but, you know, really identifying with these politics. And that's who Kathleen is. I can't think of anybody who does it better than that.
Our friend Jen Smith said, you know what we need? We need a girl riot. We just tried to take feminist stuff and then filter it through a punk rock lens.
Feminism had been kind of scared of pop culture music. It was really good at protesting it and not good at making it. And so Riot Girl was speaking to people.
There is a real queer sense of activism in her body of work. That first art experiment that she did in Evergreen, that was a photography exhibit, dealt with feminism and AIDS. There's a lineage there of queer activism.
Absolutely, yeah.
So does she identify as queer, or, I mean, what is her?
That is such a great question, and I feel like as her friend and as the filmmaker, I should know how she identifies. I think that she might identify as queer. I mean, she's a queer artist, right? And
But she is a queer icon.
oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that Kathleen and Johanna Fateman and Witigra, and of course JD just by nature, but actually I think Johanna and Kathleen just did a lot for queer culture in the sense of also, you know, kind of building that bridge of feminists that maybe just identify as heterosexual and maybe feminist and that just identified as lesbian, and kind of bringing them together. Having the bisexual people in the middle, but having it more be about politics and like human rights and like this is what we believe in, this is, you know, what we don't believe in. And Kathleen has been doing that her entire career. So she's really talented at pulling people together for a political cause and not really having to pin their sexuality.
One of the most kind of bizarre, because that was my era when I was in the 90s of his music, was when Courtney Love punched out Kathleen Hanna during a Lollapalooza performance. Why? Do you know why that happened?
It's heartbreaking, right? It's heartbreaking because I think that, of course, they're two amazing, brilliant forces. You know, you would hope that they would kind of, and I think that was Kathleen's thought about it as well, is that she was a little bit heartbroken. I think she was heartbroken after she got off over being pissed off about it. Courtney has talked about the Riot Girl scene a lot in kind of a snarky way and in passing, and you know, it's totally my own theory. I think she probably wanted to be part of that scene a little bit more and was in a different kind of punk rock feminist scene, you know, because the Riot Girl scene was kind of seen as kind of clean cut, you know. They were doing work, they were reading books, they were putting things together, and Courtney was like drinking and being a feminist and doing drugs and going out there. I mean, they weren't exactly, there's some class divides in that, and then there's just some lifestyle divides, and you know.
Alejiko was a very big success, and at the height of their powers, they stopped touring, they stopped working together. Something that your documentary explores why, but why did that happen?
That was a big part of what I wanted to talk about in the film, and I think that the last year that Alejiko was touring, she was really trying to push forward to hold it together for her audience, I think for her band, for herself. Then she got this diagnosis. She has late stage Lyme disease, which is very different than straight up Lyme disease. It really does a whole other thing when you don't catch it. And so she had that, I think, for probably 5 or 6 years before she was diagnosed.
What do you hope this film, do you think this kind of cements Kathleen Hanna as the feminist icon as she is.
I want as many people who don't know who Kathleen to see it, like who don't know who she is to see it and find it. And you know, hopefully it fuels her and it fuels other people. And you know, let's check in another 20 years. There's probably going to be another documentary being made about her. But right now, this is the one, and people should see it because they'll be energized.
Well, it's a great film, so congratulations.
Thanks so much.
There's this whole fear someone's gonna say, I don't think so. Other people can think whatever they want, but they should have to stay out of my way.